Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. How many tabs do you have open right now? I don't just mean the ones in your browser, though, if you're like me, that number is embarrassing. I mean the mental tabs, the projects you might start, the emails you've drafted in your head but haven't typed out, but haven't actually stepped into. You know the feeling. It's usually late at night. You've been staring at Netflix for 20 minutes. You scroll past action. Nothing. Comedy. Nothing. You watch 3 trailers, read 5 reviews, and then you just go back to the home screen. Your tea has gone cold. The joy of the evening has evaporated. And now, you're not just bored. You're frustrated. You're annoyed at yourself for wasting time, which makes you anxious, which makes it even harder to pick. It's low stakes when it's just a movie. But when that same energy bleeds into your career or your relationships, that's when it gets dangerous. This state has a name. It's not just indecision, it's paralysis. You are standing in the center of a room with 100 doors, terrified that if you walk through one, you're going to lock all the others forever. So what do? You stand in the hallway until the lights go out. There's a passage by the poet Sylvia Plath that I think about constantly. If you've ever felt stuck, this is going to hit you right in the gut. She describes her life as a branching fig tree. On every branch there's a beautiful ripe fig, representing a different future. One fig is a happy family. Another fig is a famous poet. Another is a brilliant professor. Another is a traveler exploring Europe. They are all amazing lives. They are all right there, ripe and waiting. But she is sitting in the crotch of the tree, starving to death. Why? Because she can't choose which one to take. She writes, "I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest." And there's the kicker. As she sits there, unable to decide, the figs begin to wrinkle. They go black, and one by one, they plop to the ground at her feet. I think that is the most accurate description of modern anxiety I've ever heard. We are so obsessed with making the perfect choice that we let the options rot. We treat life like a test where there is one right answer and 3 wrong ones. We think if we just research enough, the right answer will light up in neon green. But life isn't a test. It's a painting. You can't paint if you're terrified of putting the brush on the canvas. Here is the lie we tell ourselves to feel better. We call it being careful. You tell yourself, "I'm not stalling. I'm being diligent. I'm doing my due diligence." But let's be real. In the cold light of day, are you actually gathering new information? Or are you just rereading the same 3 articles hoping they'll say something different? This is the perfectionist's paradox. We live in an age of infinite choice. On paper, this sounds like freedom. But in practice, this abundance feels like a prison. Your brain is desperately trying to find the path with 0 downsides. You want a guarantee from the universe that says, if you choose this, you will not feel regret. But that contract doesn't exist. Certainty is a ghost. It disappears the moment you try to touch it. And while you are busy analyzing the map, tracing every route with your finger, you're not moving. The world is spinning on without you. You are becoming a spectator in your own life. The Stoics, guys like Epictetus and Seneca, had a very clinical view of this. They believe that most of our anxiety comes from trying to control the outcome. But you can't control the outcome. You can pick the right degree, and the industry could collapse in 6 months. That's not on you. That's just luck. Epictetus taught that the only thing that belongs to us is the act of choosing. To a Stoic, a good decision isn't defined by whether you get rich or happy in the end. A good decision is defined by how you made it. Did you use reason? Did you act with integrity? And most importantly, did you act with speed? If you spend 6 months deciding between 2 jobs, and you finally pick one, the time you lost in that state of indecision is a cost you can never recover. That is dead time. It is 6 months where you are a ghost, neither here nor there. The goal isn't to be right every single time. That is the goal of a god, not a human. The goal is to be a person who has the courage to move. Okay, so how do we actually break the paralysis? Philosophy is great, but we need tools. Here are 2 I use every day. First, the 2-minute rule. We waste so much mental battery on trivialities. For any decision that won't matter in 2 weeks, what to eat, which font to use, what shirt to buy, give yourself exactly 2 minutes. Set a timer. When it beeps, you pick. No extensions. But what if I pick the wrong movie? Then you watch a bad movie. You'll survive. By doing this, you are training your brain to trust your gut. You are building the muscle of decisiveness on small weights so you can lift the heavy ones later. Second, satisficing versus maximizing. In psychology, a maximizer needs to check every single option to find the absolute best one. These people are miserable. Even when they choose, they worry they missed something better. Be a satisficer. This means you set a criteria for good enough. If you're looking for an apartment, list 3 non-negotiables. Maybe in budget, as a balcony, close to work. The moment you walk into a place that meets those 3 things, you take it. You don't look at 10 more just in case. You commit. Happiness is found in commitment, not in comparison. I want to leave you with this thought. You are terrified of taking the wrong path. But the wrong path is often where you find the most interesting stuff. Maybe you take that job, and you hate it. So you quit. But while you were there, you learned exactly what you don't want to do. That is just as valuable as knowing what you do want. Life is not a straight line. It's a messy, squiggly loop. You can steer a moving ship. You can adjust the sails. You can turn the wheel. But you cannot steer a ship that is sitting at the dock. The only wrong path is the one where you stand still until your legs give out. The only true failure is the failure to launch. So, go back to that thing you're avoiding. That application. That text message. That project. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Stop waiting for a sign from the universe. The universe is waiting for a sign from you. Close the tabs. Pick the fig. Eat the fruit. Just move.